In order to order these windows, though, you have to be a little more precise in your measuring. Here's how you do it on these replacement windows. Your new window is going to fit inside of the existing frame that's attached to the house. This doesn't get removed. The panels do. So the way you measure is you find the narrowest point on the width and the height to get your measurements. If you look at this, the old frame has, generally this is what they look like. You've got 3 legs sticking out. The screen goes in here between these 2 legs, and then the sliding panel goes in between these 2 legs. You want to find the leg of the 3 that's the furthest in this way, and it'll be the same on both sides. That's where you want to put your tape to measure. In this case, the outside leg is the smallest leg, so we don't use that one. The 2 legs, if you look straight on, they're flush, these 2 legs. So either one of these will work. Well, it's easier to measure the furthest front on the inside of the house, so we're going to use that one. The sliding panel is in the way, really, to get an accurate measurement, and these lift right out. Okay, you just lift up, pull back, and work it out of the top track. It's much easier to measure with this out. Occasionally you'll lift up and it won't want to come. If that's the case, one of 2 things is happening. They've got a piece of rubber up here for security reasons that won't allow you to lift up. You're going to have to find where that is and dig it out. The other thing it could be, you have rollers on the top, and sometimes they adjust those rollers up so you can't lift it out. It's usually a Phillips screw on the side. You loosen that screw, and when you lift, you push that roller down, and that allows you to get out. If it's tight but it's close, get a screwdriver or something, and you can pry it over this lip. But this is the best way to measure, just like we have it here. Okay, have your helper with you and have them hold your tape right on that lip, the inside, right there. You want to be on there, and then you want to measure to the same lip on this side. Okay, I have 68 and 13/16. You want to measure down to the 1/16 of an inch on your ruler. Okay, I measure 68 and 13/16. If I order the window 68 and 13/16, I'm going to be too tight. Number 1, I'm not going to be able to shim if I have to. Number 2, if this isn't perfectly straight, I might bind. So you want to deduct, I would say 3/8 of an inch is good, because when you put it in and center it, that's only 3/16 on each side. That's not that much. So as a rule of thumb, that's what I would do. I would go 3/8 of an inch deduct. So 68 and 13/16. Here's where your math comes in handy. Minus 3/8. Hopefully you have enough knowledge of tape measures to where I don't have to teach you that, because I don't have enough time in this video. But the fastest way to calculate is 3/8 equals 6/16. You measured 68 and 13/16. Deduct the 6/16, and you've got 68 and 7/16. That's the size of the window you want to order. 68 and 7/16 wide. Now we have to do the same thing on the height. Got the same 3 legs, and they're not always the same. This was the narrowest point going this way. It doesn't mean that inside lip is necessarily the narrowest point going this way. I've seen it where it's not the case. Don't ask me why. But in this case it is. But make sure before you measure. So you want to go to that same leg here down to this leg, and I've got 33 and 3/8. On your height, you don't have to knock off 3/8, because your window is going to be resting on this track, and all of that allowance is on the top. So you really don't have to go the full 3/8. I would go 1/4 inch. I would knock off 1/4. So 33 and 3/8 minus 1/4. Again, if you figure with your math, 1/4 equals 2/8. 33 and 3/8 minus 2/8 is 33 and 1/8. That's how I would order it. 68, 7/16 by 33 and 1/8. Make sure your helper writes that down so you don't try to memorize it like I just did. Okay, that's the size you want to order.